It's 78 degrees outside right now. Nothing about this weather is like cute beanie weather, but it's just the mood that I was in. Call a cop.
And I'm feeling.
Hello Lemonheads and welcome back to the Lemonade Stand, or welcome if you are new. My name is Brianna. I am a certified personal trainer, a big huge biology nerd, and a registered dietitian to be. We are gathered here today for another episode of me reacting to the ridiculous, nonsensical, acrobatic workouts that fitness influencers post to social media for other people to see with their eyes. Before we proceed, if you love science-based health, wellness, and fitness education with some lulz and some dry sarcasm along the way, hit that subscribe button and join the Lemonade Stand. I would really love to have you here. Check out my merch store to get yourself some Lemonade Stand gear, and visit my website to check out my fitness guides. All that stuff will be linked below. Without further ado, let's make some lemonade. So we're kicking things off with somebody who is a recurring character on this series at this point, I would say. This is the guy who, in a few episodes ago of this series, he posted himself doing some stupid, dangerous stunt, and I commented on the post and I was like, dude, this isn't cool. You're a fitness professional. You have responsibility. You shouldn't be sharing stuff like this, blah, 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 blah. And his response was very reminiscent of what you might expect someone who has been brainwashed by, I don't know, a cult or like a multi-level marketing company, like positive vibes only type answer, like completely glazing over everything else I said. I'll link that video, but I was just bringing that up as a reminder that this is that guy, and he's been in a couple, I think another episode too on top of that. I'll link that video below if you want to check it out. So here is what he's doing this week.
Thank you. Explode. Relax. Thank you.
The fuck was that? All right, who wants to guess what I'm about to say? I'll give you a hint. I hate all of this. So the person who sent me this, and the person who actually like introduced me to this guy, I'm pretty sure she said she lives in the same city as him, and she kind of knows about him like locally. Thank you, by the way, for sending me this as well as all the others, and thank you to everybody who sends me stuff for all of the content on my channel. So this person sent this to me, and of course I was like, what the f? This is ridiculous, it's dangerous, it's stupid, you know, all the things. Something that's important to keep in mind here is the person that is you see in the video actually doing the exercise is not him. This is not the trainer. You can hear in the background somebody talking. I'm assuming that's him talking because this was posted to his Instagram story, like on his fitness Instagram page. That's him talking, I'm fairly certain. Now, something that occurred to me, is this a client doing this? It is one thing when these influencers do stupid stuff that is just putting their own safety and well-being at risk, because in that situation, they're really just endangering their own safety. But to have a client or someone you're coaching, someone you're responsible for doing things like this, oh my God, so much no. So much no. The person who sent me this, I messaged her back and I was like, I hope this isn't a client that he has doing this. She said that this is a client, and she said that this client goes to the same gym that she, the person who sent me this, works at. So I presume she's seen this person like IRL, as the kids say. So based on her word, if that is true, if this is a client and he's the trainer and you're coaching the client through doing this whiskey, tango, foxtrot, I'm upset, I need an Oreo. He's the trainer. That's the client, we presume, and he has his client doing that. To me, that seems like a really good way to get sued. That's negligent, that's irresponsible, and that's just a huge liability issue. On top of the fact that it's just stupid and dangerous for no reason, I also feel like it could be argued that he is misusing equipment. There's a step box, and then on the step box, there's a Bosu ball. Yes, for balance training, standing on the dome side of the Bosu ball is generally okay. That's what it's for. But one, they have it raised up on an aerobic step box, and two, she's actually jumping up on it. Something that I do want to say though, as often as we see people misusing Bosu balls, like in this series, and by that I mean standing on the flat side of the Bosu ball, when it's clearly stated directly on the equipment and on the Bosu website that you should not, I'm actually surprised to see him actually using it correctly, sort of. Well, maybe not technically correctly, but like not as wrong as it could be. Something that is also worth mentioning is I know a lot of fitness professionals, a lot of you guys are around here watching my videos. That's cool. Love it when you're here. Now, some of you might be thinking, well, that's why we have people sign liability. Yeah, and that is the biggest reason why most gyms and like personal trainers, I even do it for my clients, you have people sign a liability waiver to offer you a certain degree of legal protection in case your client gets hurt. Now, the thing is, though, you could be a trainer and you could have somebody sign a liability waiver to help decrease the chances of them suing you should they get hurt while you're training them. But I feel like if you are misusing a certain piece of equipment, then that kind of, and I'm not a legal professional, but I feel like in that instance, wouldn't that make the liability waiver null and void? If somebody is misusing equipment, it's one thing if somebody's like, oh, I sprained my ankle while running sprints on the treadmill. Well, that's something that can happen if you're running sprints on the treadmill. The treadmill is for walking / running / jogging, so it's not, you're using it for what it's supposed to be used for. On the other hand, if you have somebody doing walking handstands on the treadmill and they fall over and break one of their ankles, I feel like even regardless of the liability waiver, I feel like that person could argue had your client misusing equipment. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? So I feel like that argument could be made in a situation like this. So if you guys want to see the actual trainer who has this client doing this nonsense, here's a quick clip of him doing something that's totally safe and not stupid at all. This is so stupid. I feel like everybody's doing this lately and I don't understand why. Also, why the fuck are the lights always off? I think every single workout I have seen from him that I have featured, maybe not every single, but most of them, the lights are off. That's another liability issue too, because that could impair your vision. This is stupid. Let's move on. So this next one that we're going to look at, this one is just straight up a gym fail. It was found on the Instagram page, Gym Fail Nation. So shout out to them. Thank you to them. It's a bicep curl. It's just a bicep curl. What's wrong with a bicep curl, right? What could possibly go wrong with a bicep curl? Wow, 4 plates on each side, bicep curl. So I thought this guy in the video was gaslighting the world, you know, like posted this like as a joke because this can't be serious, you know? I went to his Instagram page because Gym Fail Nation tagged him because they tag people. And he is deadly serious. There's a lot of videos on this guy's page just making a fool of himself lifting this way. An exercise that he seems to love are bicep curls, but he is like really, really bad at that. The thing is, he could be doing them correctly, but he's one of those guys that just goes to the gym and is just completely ego lifting to stroke himself, just so he can be like, yeah, I curled 8 plates. Okay, but like, did you really though? So why am I showing this? Because I don't react to like gym fails. This is what I would call, I guess, yeah, like a gym fail, which is why it's on their page. But the thing about this one is, this is not a stupid workout. Bicep curls, perfectly fine. Perfectly fine isolation exercise for your biceps that normal people do here on earth. That's fine, that's not the problem. This is a good example of what I call moving weight as opposed to training weight. If this guy actually cared about weight training, he'd respect his limitations, lower the weight, and do a proper fucking bicep curl. But I think this guy is just into ego lifting, like I said, to stroke himself, to gas himself up, thinking he can curl a bunch of weight when like No, we can't. I was at the gym the other day. I was at the cable tower, the big ones. I was on one side doing whatever I was doing. And on the other side, there was a guy and he was doing, what I assume are tricep extensions. And the reason I say I assume because he was not doing a very good job, like at all. The overhead tricep extensions with this track up high on the tower, like these overhead tricep extensions, because this is how they're supposed to look, because you're a normal person. He was doing, I mean, these were the worst tricep extensions I've ever seen in my life because he wasn't using his triceps. He was like, like casting a fishing line. His shoulders were hunched up and he was just using his entire upper body to just move the weight. All this guy had to do was just lower the weight and he would have been actually doing tricep extensions. Instead, he was just making a fool of himself and wasting his own time. And that leads me to my point. Training like this is such a waste of time. Ego lifting like this will get you nowhere. That guy at the gym I just told you about, he was at the cable next to me for a good 15, maybe 20 minutes, and he did 4 to 5 sets of whatever the hell he was doing. If his goal was to train triceps, not only did he completely miss the mark, but he spent 15 valuable minutes of his training session not training his triceps at all. Same with this guy right here with these terrible bicep curls. You go to the gym for some arms and you want to do some bicep curls and this is what you spend your time doing, really? Not only is this dangerous, but he was using absolutely no biceps. He is moving weight. He's not training with it. Anyone can move weight. Moving weight does not take skill or technique. It just takes strength. This is my plea to you. If you are going to go to the gym, please go to the gym to train weight, not just move it. Do not go in there and just waste your time and use up valuable equipment that people who actually want to work out want to use and ego lift like this. I don't know why so many people just have it in their head that if they're lifting lighter weight, then people will like laugh at them, be like, ha ha ha, that person can only squat 25 pounds, ha ha ha. Not true. I've been an avid weightlifter and gym goer for, I don't know, a decade now, almost a decade. And I have never in my life encountered somebody getting teased for lifting lightweight. I'm not saying that doesn't ever happen because some people are just jerks. You know who almost always does get laughed at? People who ego lift like this with terrible form with weight that's too heavy for them. If you can only squat 25 pounds, then that's perfectly okay. Start your squat with 25 pounds. Work on your form and your technique and develop your strength. I can almost guarantee, no one is laughing at you for only being able to squat 25 pounds. People will, however, stare at you and look at you like you're an idiot if you load up the squat rack with 6 45-pound plates on each side and then bust your ass and cause a ruckus when you can't press the weight back up and all the weights come crashing down all over you. Respect your limitations. Real quick, I want to read some of these comments because they are hilarious. Every exercise can be a lower back workout if you do it wrong enough. And yes, your eyes are not deceiving you. I hearted all of these because they were hilarious. Spine day. Yeah. It's a sumo bicep curl. Totally legit. 0 reps were done. Oh yeah. No bicep was used in this video. Yeah, 100%. No biceps were used in the making of that video at all. All right, let's move on. So this next person is someone who I really think might be an actual acrobat. I say that as a joke sometimes during the series, but we're gonna watch it and I'll let you guys will see what I mean. Okay, so she was showing us using a kettlebell doing some stuff. I don't know. Kettlebells are a great piece of exercise equipment. Very versatile and challenging. I don't understand the point of any of these exercises, except to just be hard for the sole purpose of being hard. I don't know about you guys, but a lot of these also really hurt my shoulders to look at. But again, I have sensitive shoulders, so. I mentioned before that I think she might be an actual like acrobat, like gymnast. And I wasn't joking. In her profile, it says steel mace flow. I've never heard of this, so I looked it up, and it's a very interesting looking practice. On top of that, just in her profile, she has a lot of like yoga flexibility type things, which is cool. I'm not knocking any of that stuff. That's your thing. There's nothing wrong with that, I don't think. But based on what I gather from her profile is that she's flexible and into that kind of like wacky and alternative fitness type stuff. But I think these kettlebell exercises are stupid and dangerous and pointless. So I will add that I love her outfit. It's like a really pretty pastel rainbow colors, and then her kettlebell is also pink, and I just love the aesthetic. I really freaking do. Let's move on. So you guys might actually recognize this one. This is none other than my other best friend in the world, Ellie Fit. I'm saying my other best friend because my first best friend is Melissa McAllister, the top beach body coach that threatened to sue me last year. Video coming soon on that. I use the terms best friend sarcastically, of course, because as many of you know, I featured Ellie Fit in the, I think it was the last video of this series. I didn't attack her. I didn't say anything personal about her at all. I mean, I never do when I do these videos. But she is a certified personal trainer, and I pointed that out. And in the last video, she was demonstrating herself doing the worst power cleans I've ever seen, which is an Olympic lift and not a power lift. Thank you to all of you who corrected me, and you know what? Now I know. I did say in that video that I don't coach that lift, and I definitely made it obvious because I refer to it as a power lift when it is in fact an Olympic lift. Notice how when people give me constructive criticism, I don't get mad and block them and like report them for harassment. I accept it, learn from it, and move on. So crazy, right? Anyway, so she saw that last video and she got pretty upset that I criticized her. And she posted to her Instagram story that for her followers to go to my video and report it because she felt, quote, harassed, end quote. And she also said other stuff that I can't remember off the top of my head right now. Anyway, her plan to have my video reported and probably, I assume, taken down was a monumental backfire though. Because not only did I gain a few hundred new subscribers in just that weekend alone, but because of the views, that video was #1 in my analytics for like 10 days straight after I posted it. Anyway, I featured her because she is, like I said, a certified personal trainer, a fitness professional, and she frequently shares workouts. That's fine, whatever. But the issue that I take is that she is demonstrating them with very, very poor form. Exhibit A. That set is so freaking cute. Oh my god. I think I just like it because it reminds me of Lemonade. And her shoes are matching it too. That's so cute. So I would call this like a dumbbell rear delt row. Her form is not very good at all. If she keeps going like that, she could actually potentially hurt herself. Once again, she's a fitness professional. If I'm not mistaken, I believe her certification is from ACE. If I'm wrong, I'll put it up on the screen, but I'm pretty sure it's from ACE. As a certified fitness professional who chooses to put themselves on social media, because social media is a choice, I believe that you really have something of a responsibility to show people how to do things right. I personally don't post a lot of exercise demos. If you go back way, way far in my Instagram feed, I used to post a lot of workouts. I consider those workouts not really demonstrations. Remember, influencers post workouts, professionals post demonstrations. I did not say that. That was a quote from somebody who was a fitness social media marketing person who I used to listen to said. I can't remember her name, but yeah, I'm not taking credit for that quote, but it was a great quote. But anyway, yeah, so I used to post a lot of workouts, and I consider those workouts, not really demos. But the thing is, again, if you're a fitness professional, you have a responsibility. If you're gonna show workouts, then you should do them right, because you're a professional, people are looking up to you. You should know what the you're doing, you know? I feel like that goes without saying. This is not a bad exercise by any means, in my opinion anyway, as long as you can do it physically. To make this more doable for her though, I would actually recommend that she rest her upper body against like an incline bench. Whenever I've done this in the past and whenever I've seen people do this, typically they're standing, or sometimes people might be kneeling up on the bench, but their chest is supported, they're lying chest down, and their chest is supported on an incline bench. Doing it this way will allow you to focus more on the target muscle of the lift instead of just straining your neck and upper back to try and hold your body up, which I feel like is kind of what she's doing. She looks like she's struggling. So yeah, there's that one. Shockingly, she hasn't blocked me. She probably will after this video. What's up? You got something to say? Wow. Assuming she figures out she's in it, because realistically, I actually probably won't put her in the thumbnail of this video. What's weird is that in the last video, she also wasn't in the thumbnail of that one. Zeus, no. Threw my bottle down. Zeus loves bottles. This dog loves bottles. And I threw it down and he just came in here. He got done with his nap and he thought he was gonna come in here and start causing a ruckus. Stop it. Now he's gonna sit over here because he wants the bottle. Yeah, not right now. Mommy is creating, okay? Later. Anyway, in that last video where I showed her, the one where she freaked out and like tried to get it reported, she was not in the thumbnail of that one, so I don't even understand how she even figured out that she was in it. Maybe she watches every single fitness related video on YouTube to see if she's in it, and then if she is, she like rings some kind of alarm or beacon. Let's move on. This is dumb. So this next one is a really good example of what I call natural selection in motion. I'm sorry, what is supposed to be the purpose of doing this? For Instagram? Cause mission accomplished. It got on Instagram. Those cinder blocks were very close to collapsing while he was jumping on them. Let's read the caption. Power through, dig deeper, and trust and believe. Max out power, insanity max 30, 7.25 mile run. I guess that's the workout? Wait a minute, insanity. Insanity? This is Beachbody. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and say that you all watching this should not do this. If you want to do like some fun variation of like an incline push-up, there's equipment, that's actual equipment that you could use instead of doing it on cinder blocks. So this next one is probably the reason why a lot of people even clicked on this video. Blogilates, yay! For those of you who don't know, Blogilates is a pretty popular YouTuber, fitness instructor, influencer, all the things. Her name is Casey Ho Vin. I do apologize if I said your name wrong. Like many highly popular fitness influencers, she's faced criticism for a lot of things. And one of those things is the types of workouts that she shares and that they may or may not be highly effective for muscle building. She is somebody who shares a lot of body weight at home exercises, which is fine, but I do think it's important to understand that when you are doing body weight workouts, there is only so much progress you can make. You are limited because the only weight you have is your body. So in the video we're about to see, I think she was responding to another person like in the social media fitness space who was critical of her body weight workouts because they're not as effective as weight training using actual weights. So here is the thing. So the caption's pretty long, so let's take a look at that. So here's the truth. Low reps with heavy weight tends to increase muscle mass, with high reps with light weight or body weight increasing muscle and endurance. This doesn't mean one is better than the other. Agree with that. The high rep lightweight workout activates your type 1 or slow twitch muscle fibers, which are endurance based and slower to fatigue. Think marathon fibers. I guess she means like marathon runners. This is why I can keep going and going and going, pulsing and pulsing and pulsing while still talking. It's my Pilates training. The low rep heavyweight workout activates your type 2 or fast twitch muscle fibers, which develop power and promote hypertrophy, which means muscle growth and increase in the size of muscle cells. That's why physique competitors lift heavy. One is not better than the other. It's like comparing a marathoner to a sprinter. So what should you do? Both. You need endurance and power. Doing both builds overall strength. Would you guys like to see lifting routines too? Okay, so I'm not going to get super deep into the science and physiology of weight training. We'll be here all goddamn day. I will say that she's not all wrong. Different types of stimuli to the different types of muscle fibers elicit a different response. I do agree that one is not necessarily better than the other. As far as your training routine, you should do whatever works best for your body. But in general, I do think that everyone should strive to incorporate different types of resistance training in their routine. Weight-bearing exercises are especially important for women because women over the age of 50 particularly are more susceptible than men are to developing degenerative bone diseases. Weight-bearing exercises are great at increasing your overall bone density. So on top of being just good for you overall, weight-bearing exercises can actually serve for certain populations to be preventative care. I'm not a doctor. That was not healthcare advice. I was just sharing some evidence-based information. That being said, I personally generally don't care for body weight workouts all the time, and that goes for myself, for training myself, and even my my personal training clients. My goals change depending on what's going on. Right now, my goal is fat loss, so I'm incorporating more cardio than usual. But even when my goal is not fat loss, I still incorporate heavy lifting. I still incorporate heavy lifting because muscular strength and muscle preservation is really important to me. Even if I'm building muscle or just like maintaining my body and just, living life. I mean, I'm always just living life. I still love to lift heavy ass weights. It makes my body feel good. It makes my body look good, if I do say so myself. And it has numerous health benefits. You can't get all of those benefits from just doing body weight workouts. Take these prayer circles, for example, that she was just doing. This is an example of a common theme I see in a lot of Casey's workouts. Not just hers, but like a lot of these weightless workouts that I see a lot of influencers post. Those prayer circles, they will burn and fatigue your muscles, yes, but that's not necessarily the same thing as breaking down the muscle fibers with more resistance so that they can heal and thus grow. So to answer her question, do weightless workouts even work? I think personally, and I know a lot of different trainers will probably have something to say to this. You guys chime off below too, by the way. I think the short answer is no, but the long answer is it depends on what you're trying to do. If you want to build muscle, develop your strength, and challenge yourself, then I would cast my vote for training with actual weights. If you have absolutely no equipment at all at your disposal and all you have is your body, then do some prayer circles. I really can't think of a reason why they would be necessarily bad, honestly. But in the long run, they're just not as effective at muscle building and muscle development as using actual weights. Let's do one more. So this is an influencer that I've never heard of. When I was working on this video, she had around like 800,000 Instagram followers. So, I mean, I would say she's achieved influencer status. As we just saw, she was doing that shit where people use an ab roller on the treadmill. I think in like 3 videos ago in this series, I featured a guy doing the same nonsense. And I swear, ever since then, I haven't stopped seeing people try this crap. This is only one of the many that people have sent me of people getting an ab roller and like getting on the treadmill, trying this, like rolling it on the treadmill. I don't even know. I want to know right damn now, who is responsible for this trend? Somebody come forward. I want a name. The reason I showed this clip in this video is because it looks like in the first part of that anyway, she's trying it out and failing and coming dangerously close to busting her face on a moving treadmill. Is the goal just ab training, or is the goal to make a fool of yourself on Instagram? Either way, I would say mission accomplished, I guess. But also for abdominal training, you could just use an ab roller like a normal person uses it. I hate these fitness trends, honestly. Somebody does one stupid thing in the gym, adds the word challenge to the caption, and now everyone is doing it and posting it to Instagram. To be fair, in her specific, in this post, she didn't actually, when I just looked at it anyway, I didn't see the word like fitness challenge, anything like that. So I don't believe that she's promoting this as a challenge, but like other people are doing it, and I've seen other fitness influencers promoting this as a challenge. So somebody calls this a challenge, and now all of a sudden everybody's doing it. I can only imagine how many people have gotten seriously injured trying to do this. This is another example of natural selection. Survival of the fittest, if you will. All these influencers are over here like, look how fit I am because I can do this one dangerous, idiotic, stupid thing. Good luck surviving the zombie apocalypse doing this crap. You're weak. Your bloodline is weak, and you will not survive the winter. In conclusion, don't do this stuff. To be fair, not everything we saw here today was necessarily dangerous, I don't think. Like Blogilates and like that other girl who tried to get my video taken down. Those workouts, I personally didn't perceive them to be dangerous, but I would just do something differently. You guys do me a favor, when you go to the gym, please train like a normal person, not like an Instagram influencer. And remember, just because you're doing more doesn't mean you're doing more. If you enjoyed this video, comment beanie and confuse everybody who peaced out early. Thank you so very much for watching and sticking with me to the end. I really do enjoy making this series, and I know you guys love it too, and that makes me happy. Like, subscribe to join the lemonade stand, shop my merch store, check out my website to look at my fitness guides, all that stuff. Once again, will be linked below. Follow me on Instagram, drink water, eat a vegetable, pet dogs. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye. I'm gonna show you guys the craziest thing. Let me close the door. He's the only one in here. Watch this. This is the bottle he wanted. Look. This is all he wants. What are you gonna do with it, huh? What are you gonna do with it?